Do you ever feel like you shouldn't be awake? But I mean, do you ever feel like not getting up or doing anything? And not in just a lazy, lethargic way, but like, wow, like a giving up feeling. And I'm not saying serious, depression or something else that may cause you to be that way. And I'm not saying in a weird kind of flagrant millennial half-hearted way, like, oh, do you ever feel like that moment when you wake up and you're like, ugh? Not saying that. I'm saying, do you ever feel like giving up? And it would include not getting up in the morning. I'm saying like not, and not just what you're doing, your track in life, if you've got one. Heck, maybe not having one would cause this feeling. But I'm saying you could get it anyway. The, not in the millennial way, but I guess I'm not, I could just not talk. It would be so much better to not talk. Because there's no complication there. When you do nothing, there's nothing wrong. It's kind of nihilistic, I know. I'm just saying, to entertain. And not in a serious way, but, I have had that thought kind of way. I'm asking if you have. Consider it. Think about that. Don't be that, but never stop giving up. I'm saying it was really easy to wake up this morning, but yesterday, suddenly, wow. What the hell am I going to say? Why would I even be interesting to listen to? You wouldn't care. Maybe I'm not even interesting to you, and what are you doing listening to me? See, if I were you, and I'm not, I'm totally, I'm me, for sure. And I don't want to be you. Not in a, fuck you way, but there's a pride. What I'm saying is, if I were you, I would not listen to podcasts. Well, I guess I would, because I'd be you, right? This is nothing you haven't considered before. This is a normal human thing. Well, if I were you, then you'd... who's to say you would even be me? You might just not be. And I'd be you, because that's what we've established here. I'd be you, and... would I be you, or would I be me as you? So... am I going to do what you would do because I'm you, or am I in your shoes? Oh, do I look like you? Fuck. Those thoughts? That train of thought. But I would never listen to podcasts if I weren't doing one. I wouldn't be me if that were the case. But I can't stop and won't stop, never stop giving up. I feel pretty bad about the homeless in the area. I've been seeing a lot of them. Which is crazy because, it's getting colder out. You'd think they'd retire. They'd find a warmer place, but they're homeless. They're out there. Here's something you've heard a lot, I'm sure, but the bums in L.A. are different. I have a feeling, in your hometown, if it's not the city, it is more of a problem with the bums being so reclusive, right? They hide because they've given up on the world and they know that you're not going to help them. Those are the bums I feel bad for. Those are the bums I want to help. But you can never get a hold of them. The ones you end up meeting, the ones in LA get a hold of you. I just bought a coffee and I'm walking on Melrose, right? Well, this guy, he's this very popular bum. Popular because you always see him out. And, that's needy. That's needy. Because by now that people aren't always so charitable. They're more probably on Melrose. Maybe, actually. I don't know. You got a microcosm of humanity here, and I believe there's some good, but mostly bad. Point is, I got this crappy bum, the kind you don't feel as much pity for, because he pitied himself enough. He was this whiny, spiteful beggar. You know the kind. He's like, he turns on the pathetic guy thing. He says, sir, could you please? He thinks I'm some kind of rube. There are street rats in Calcutta who have better game than this guy. Like, sir, could you spare $1? Please. He's got that please, sir. And I'm like, sorry, I don't have cash, which I don't like. I don't like that I don't carry cash. Or what am I going to, I need my card. I'm a card guy. What if I don't have my card? I am that bum. I will stand in front of the coffee shop and say, please, I could use some coffee. Anything will do. But this guy gives me the dirtiest fucking look I've ever seen. And it's cool that he's brave enough to do that. Because, look, in LA, I'm going to say, I'm not getting a lot of guff from many people. And it's not because I'm pretty. If I gave a guy a dirty look randomly outside, you know what I think? I think I'd more than likely have given a dirty look to a wiener. I see them so much. I've never felt like the manly guy before. But looking around, I'm like, wow, you know what? 5'7", what am I? 5'7", 170, I'm not fat, not skinny. Just this guy, right? Look at me, and I might have testosterone. That might be going through my body, making my hair fall out, making my chest nice and hairy. Giving me that natural joie de vivre, that vigor. But anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. But this guy gives me the dirtiest look. As if he's never going to see me again. But that's his haunt. Not the look, the place. The street is his haunt. That's where he's always coming up to me. And it's the same thing. He's schizo about it. And he's not a schizo, that I can tell. But he's like, oh, I'm pathetic. And then when he knows he's not going to get anything from you, he drops it. Is that what made you homeless, dude? Because your fucking shitty attitude? Not going to get you a roommate, buddy. Maybe I have a bad attitude about it because, look, how many times has somebody probably talked shit about me behind my back. But this guy, he smelled. And I have a heightened sense of smelling now that I've quit. And yeah, he stunk. And sure, you might say that's okay, that's typical of a homeless guy. Yeah, okay, fine. But maybe he's not a good example, but how about someone with a damn home? How about someone with a home who stinks? There's a guy down the way in my building, down the stairs. He's on the ground floor, and he's weird. He shows up. I see him walking on the sidewalk, mostly when I was smoking. And he'd hobble up. He's wearing sweats, chubby, red-haired guy, freckles, glasses. He's maybe trying to lose weight. And no, he didn't stink because of that. He's clearly got terrible hygiene. This guy is my neighbor. I can't believe how. Now, some people should be homeless for all intents and purposes. You ever look at them, the scraggly folks, and say, how do you have a home? How do you do anything? At least his fingernails. He's got grit. He's constantly clammy. But you know what? I might not have even noticed any of this stuff if I wasn't initially just turned off. When he would talk to me, he says, "Hey, Mr. Hollywood, how are you?" He's got this like weird, shitty talent manager energy. There's a con artist who will come up and, "Hey, well, you've got what it takes, mister. Look, just give me your number. I'm gonna call you." And they call you. They call you like fucking next day. Like, ooh. And this guy stinks way bad. I've had to hang out with him. Not had to, but I felt obligated because he's pathetic. He came to my door. "Hey, what are you doing? You want to hang out, buddy?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, come on in." Invite me to anything, I'm there. Invite yourself over, you got a place to hang out. You will not live here. But he sat next to me, and I felt like I had to wash my frickin' futon. This guy's got clam on his forehead and his hands. He smells. The guy stinks. This guy, "Hey, you look like Tom Hanks." I'm like, "Oh, wow. Thanks for that uninvited comparison, because now I'll never forget that." It's the stink is the worst part. I was talking about how he stinks, and it is prolific. And I'm going to, take the hardline stance on this, and as I do a lot of things. Stinky people suck. There's people that stink, and it's the body's natural way of betraying you. Our bodies naturally have a way of screaming without using our mouths. Our bodies have a way of warning others around us. Look, this one not taking care of itself, so we know there's something wrong. I'm sorry about me. I'm just the body. There's a brain, and he's running this. I'm a stinky meat puppet right now, but it's the least I can do, you guys. Just keep your distance. This one, not working in the brain. I suck. And, the wieners, they concern me too. Because they're going to be the firefighters, right? Guys my age. They're going to be the firefighters. They're going to be the paramedics. They're going to be the people who have to, erect buildings and get on telephone poles. Seeing if the little wiener ratio around here keeps spiking, as I'm noticing. And it is LA, okay? There are a lot of people, I'm sure, that someone will do it. And, you know, I talk about the wieners. I don't mean to be too critical. I'm sure a lot of you listening are potential wieners. I like wieners. What have I done? I mean, I like the, the meek. I'm just saying, look, I'm not trying to, crawl up your ass. And there are plenty of virile people in LA. Okay, they're probably living their lives and they're not, on the street with us. They're out there auditioning and hanging out in, Hollywood Hill apartments, hiking. Everyone in LA hikes. And here's a theory. It's probably not going to be popular again. Those who hike, or I should say, hiking in itself is a, if you ask me, thing for the low IQ. Low IQ people like to hike. You always hear, so you get to go up there and clear your thoughts. Think about it. It takes the whole day. You feel like you've done something. It's just some Forrest Gump shit. I'm going to get to the top. I'm going to go down. Breathing heavy. I bet my legs are a little better than they were. Damn, I took the whole day, didn't I? That was nice. I'm glad my dog got to come. I'll never stop running. But I do want to make it clear that I have the utmost will to carry on. None of this has been a cry for help. I'm not giving up. I can't stop giving up. When you give up a little bit and then keep going, you're just going to do that forever. That's how you do it. That's how life works. You can say, I didn't give up once. But there's every time you think about giving up is like giving up. Action, because look, you got to take action. It's when you don't take action, when you're laying in bed. It's like giving up, but you're not dead. Those are the only two things that can make you not continue. Not doing anything. On your back in bed or your tummy. I'm a tummy sleeper sometimes. I'm a chaotic sleeper. I'm all over the place. But then there's the dead. You can be dead too, on your back in a grave. Talk about chaos. You gotta keep going. You gotta take life by the horns. Can't stop giving up. Don't stop giving up. I will not stop giving up. Little victories. Little defeats. You gotta take this life by the horns. Your phone rings. Oh no. That little drop of dread. For some people, for some reason, it's like, whoa, I can't fucking take a call. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is a device for talking to my mom and the ones I love. If I don't know you, this is a panic device. So I'm in the Boise airport and on the escalator. And why does everybody feel the need to fucking freeze once you get on an escalator? You could see this businessman, right? And he's hurrying, just walk. Completely free escalator going up. No one on it. He rushes up to the damn thing. Freezes. Stands there. It's this terrible, crappy American habit. And you know what? It's probably not exclusive to America, but again, I'm going to default to, come on, America? What are we doing standing around in these busy places. You need respite? Take a knee on the side. Just because it's doing work doesn't mean it has to do all the work for you. It's an escalator. Walk. You will get up those stairs twice as fast. Everybody will do everything twice as fast. I wish the world could hear me. I'm now saying podcasting it's just screaming into the void. Oh, man. Please, 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 please. Can we have a better world where people aren't taking up space in not a depopulated way? I'm not saying like, kill the world. I'm Thanos. I'm saying slow down for the car that's stopped in the middle of traffic and take my time a little longer, why don't you? Because if I had my way, I'd keep going. Why wouldn't you? I know you're not me. I'm not even asking you to be like me. In every way. And in no way. In fact, I want to be the only one doing what I'm doing the way I do it. Can I just ask you to think my way when you pass a car wreck, a fucking train wreck? Do not slow down to make sure they're good and dead. What are you looking for when you do this? No, because there's the paramedics, there's the responders. They're there surrounding the wreckage, and there could be a fire. There could be a fire and blood on the asphalt. Keep driving, keep driving, keep driving. Don't pull over and look like you're morbid. You're morbid. You're indulging that morbid aspect. You got to find it in other ways. Just, if you're going to be morbid, go to traffic school and watch the, Blood on the Asphalt movie. So I get on the plane to Boise. There's the flight attendant. It's a guy, and he sucks at his job. You notice male flight attendants, they have to be wieners. They either have to be, like gay guys with feminine. They have to have a feminine energy because that's the energy I think the sky bosses, whoever owns these airliners, that's the energy they want you surrounded with in a tube in the sky. Because God knows, if I'm going down in the metal tube, want beautiful women around me. That's just male-centric. Yes. But do you think females want that guy around them? I don't, Who cares? So you've got this really non-threatening, overweight, feminine guy. I don't even think he was gay. He probably wasn't. Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is you got this guy, and he's going over the whole, seatbelt thing. He probably, if he were gay, he probably would have made a way bigger meal out of that, and he didn't. No fat joke intended either. Just saying he was reading. You ever see the flight attendants? And I've seen the women do it too. But they have like someone backing them up. And there were two flight attendants here, and one didn't. They just didn't demonstrate any of that. This guy's just reading. Small plane, small flight, small fries, I guess. We don't get a demonstration of how to use the safety equipment. And actually, it's probably a good thing. You would think it would take less time just to, come on. Let's fly. Come on. But no, it still felt pretty, no, there was still some anxiety involved in just waiting for this fucking flight to Boise, Idaho to begin. He's reading. You want to thank you for flying the friendly skies, dooba dooba? It's like, what are you, new? You fly into, Columbia or wherever you like to hang out? Not memorizing the script, man? It's like you're not even good at your job, are you? I'm in the plane. I'm looking out the window. We're flying. It's takeoff, so there is anxiety. But I feel great because we're flying over the city. And planes just don't crash over cities. You never hear about it. So great. Makes you feel a lot safer. When you reverse engineer it that way, you can, tell yourself whatever while you're sitting there. Heck, when you're standing up, I'll get in to the plane and scan around. If there's a baby, usually people are like, oh, great. Freaking. That thing better not cry. I love it. Because planes with the more babies, the merrier the plane. They don't crash, do they? You don't hear about this was a tremendous loss of life in the case of United, 1111. 14 babies coming home from a nursery vacation. Tragically crashed and burned today. No, Denise, this was a truly horrific loss of life. You don't hear about the babies in the plane crashes. It's like, come on, God, you going to kill the baby? I know you've done that kind of thing before, God, but there's 14 babies on this flight. You know what I've got here in front of me, looking at something I just developed another hardline opinion on, are graphic tees. What am I, a billboard? I don't wear graphic tees. I just don't. Not outside. If I wore one inside, it would be for my own fun. But then again, the point of having a graphic tee is to force people to read you. It's like saying, well, as long as I'm wearing clothes, I might as well make it good for you. Until, someone's got a terrible thing on their graphic shirt. You know what? Don't like graphic tees. A lot of people wear them, in public. That's one thing I don't like I wouldn't wear one in public. But it's because I like people. And I don't want to make them read me. Because that's what you're doing when you wear a graphic tee in public. I'm now, reading in public. Supposed to be walking. The United States is a cool place. But they don't have fucking graphic tees in India. And you could say that's, a bad thing. Maybe they don't need them. Maybe they know that there's more than just making a show. You ever wonder why they don't have stuff like that in fucking India or other places outside of the Western world? It's not because they're just glad to have any clothes, but because they respect each other. They don't force each other to read. They probably do have graphic tees in India. I don't know. All right, good people. I've unloaded. Thanks for listening. You know what you're doing, don't you? You get it. From the bell tower, I'm Roy Ellison.